When Kace Lightsey was 5 years old, doctors at Children's Hospital saved his life. 2.5 years later, they gave Kace his life back.
When Kace was about 5 or 6 years of age, he suffered a very bad fall. And as part of the fall, he actually sustained an injury to one of the blood vessels in his neck, which caused blood not to get to part of his brain, and he had a stroke. And he required very intensive care surrounding that stroke to even survive it, but at Children's Hospital he was able to be nursed through, and he did very, very well ultimately.
The stroke initially left Kace paralyzed on his left side. He spent the next 6 months in rehabilitation therapy at Children's, relearning how to feed himself and how to walk. Then the seizures began.
I remember Christmas Eve was really probably one of the hardest things. We knew he was having seizures, and I brought him in the house while I unloaded the car. We'd been to family, and before I could get back to him, he had fallen through a glass table. I think that was the moment I knew I couldn't leave him anymore. I couldn't leave him alone. I couldn't even go out to my car. I couldn't leave him.
Since coming to Children's Hospital 8 years ago to head up the epilepsy surgery program, Dr. Blount has heard many stories like Kace's.
Epilepsy is a catastrophic condition, not only for the patient, but for the family as well. And many of our patients with epilepsy are absolutely normal, just like you and me, except that out of the blue, unexpectedly, at any moment, can come this electrical storm in their brain that robs them of their capability to be themselves, robs them of their capability to carry on conversation, to attend, to be there in the moment.
Dr. Blount believes surgery offers the best hope for children whose epilepsy cannot be treated with medication. That's why he's building a world-class epilepsy surgery program at Children's.
We have a very well-established program with which we can work collaboratively with. The UAB Comprehensive Epilepsy Center is and has been, over time, one of the most respected, accomplished programs in the nation. Dr. Pongkiat Kankarawatana joined me about 6 years ago, and he is a national caliber pediatric epileptologist, and I'm really privileged to work with him. More recently, I've been joined by another excellent pediatric epileptologist named Dr. Kim, and so now we have at Children's Hospital medical and surgical epileptologists whose primary mission is the surgical treatment of epilepsy. When our kids go to sleep, it's purely pediatric, board-certified pediatric anesthesiologists who put them to sleep. Pediatric radiologists to help us not only read the studies, but attain these studies. An environment where experience with pediatric sedation, which is a very difficult thing.
During the surgery, doctors remove the damaged part of the brain where bad wiring sends out the electrical impulses that cause the seizures. In some cases, half of the child's brain is excised. Up to 40 epilepsy surgeries are performed each year at Children's, but Dr. Blount says 5 times that number of Alabama children are good candidates for the procedure. Still, it's not an easy decision for parents to make.
Even though I trusted them beyond words, oh gosh, I was scared. But the first thing I remember, he came out of surgery, had his little head bandaged up. He was sitting up on the gurney asking for a chocolate milkshake as they came by the waiting room.
When they said I was going to do surgery, I said, okay, if it was going to help me, get back where I could play with my friends and have a normal life, then yeah, I'd go through it. So that's what I did. I went through surgery I wanted to be a normal kid again.
This young man who, without surgical intervention, really did not have a chance. And frankly, I think it's unlikely he would have survived into adulthood. That with a well-constructed, well-executed surgical intervention, he's great. And great's really the only word for that young man. He's bright, he's self-confident, his intelligence is good. This young man's future is bright.
I like going to school and be with my friends and going to PE and be able to play like volleyball, wiffle ball, football, and all that. I'm just trying to hang in there. I don't care if I get hurt, I get right back up.